Hi, I'm Tom Hudson, founder of Domaine Hudson Wine Bar and Eatery. This week I'm very proud to announce the sale of Domaine Hudson to new owners Mike and Beth Ross.
Hi, I'm Mike Ross, new owner of Domaine Hudson, and we are very, very fortunate to be the new owners and to launch this new enterprise for us.
I decided to sell Domaine Hudson. I looked after being a CPA for 20 years. I spent all my time with entrepreneurs, and there's a process where that you create something, you develop it, you implement it, and then you start maintaining it. And after maintaining it for a while, unless we replicated it, I found I enjoyed the creative process more than the maintaining process.
Well, my wife had wanted to come to Domaine Hudson for many months, and in fact, from my perspective, it may be one of the best kept secrets in Wilmington, and so we had never actually been here. And so several months ago, we ventured in here to celebrate my wife's birthday, and we sat down at the bar and each had a glass of wine or glasses of wine, and very soon met Tom Hudson, who was standing at the other end of the bar, and struck up a conversation with him. Tom struck me initially as someone that was honest and straightforward, very willing to share his experience in developing Domaine Hudson as well as his experience in the restaurant business. I lamented to Tom about my experience looking for a place to open a restaurant or buying an existing restaurant, and Tom was just unusually honest and forthcoming about information and help for me. And so for me, I was really attracted to Domaine Hudson as a wine bar and eatery, but more so to the founder, Tom Hudson, with his concept and his demeanor, and also the information that he was willing to share with me, even when he had just met me.
So, Mike, I know when we got started, what really interested me about the restaurant business was my passion for it. My passion for wine, my passion for entertaining, and we tried to, simply create a place where you felt like you were dining at our home and everything, and it was an extension of how we lived our lives before. You as a veterinarian, how are you want to continue with that process? What brought you, into the restaurant business?
So for me, Tom, I became interested in the restaurant business really through my veterinary travels, and like you, I had the opportunity to travel a fair amount. And early in my career, I made a trip to Italy in 1991, and from that moment on, I sort of became very intrigued about the restaurant business and really the northern Italian cuisine. That brought me to an Italian restaurant here locally, of which a good friend of mine, Javier Matamoros, was the maitre d'. And from that moment on, I sort of really felt like this interest in creating restaurant as theater. And that's the way that Javier created for me way back then. And that's what I hope we can do going forward here at Domaine Hudson.
Really excited about the change in ownership. Mike has shared with me a lot of the plans that he has, and he's actually consulted with me, and we're really excited. All the drawings I've seen, all the concept changes that are going on, these are simply going to be improvements to us. They're going to be enhancements to what we already do. I think we've raised the bar for food and wine in Wilmington with Mike's help. We're going to raise the bar for our bar program, for our spirits, and we're going to have some additional service enhancements that we didn't have before. We're also going to have some exciting new interior design changes that are simply enhancements to what we've already done.
But we are also going to augment the existing menu. We'll have some changes in the menu and some of the items. We're going to actually create maybe a bit of a throwback to the past, where we're going to do some tableside service, and also where else could you combine a throwback to the old days of tableside service and introduce iPads to our patrons. And so again, we have some interesting changes, I think, not only to some of the improvements that we may do interior and exterior, but also to some of the things we can build on that Tom and Meg have started here.
I appreciate that, and this is what we envisioned and everything. And I know that you have the benefit of having some really good consultants to help you, to have the benefit of looking at historical numbers. When we opened the restaurant, we had the benefit of reading Restaurants for Dummies and everything, and that was our guiding light and everything. But after 5 years, we're glad to transition things over to you, and we look forward to a long and prosperous relationship.
Good.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.